Let's reposition there. Firing.
Oh, he's one. No, they get it.
Crazy.
Good work. We're inside.
Damn.
Getting shot. Recharging shields.
That's probably the Fed team right there. Gibby, Taffy, Horizon.
Popping smoke.
Hostile
There's
over
only
there.
force. Coming up, coming up.
Yeah, they're pulling up. Play tight, play tight.
Watch out. I'm opening the skies.
We're looking for this right now.
Watch Horizon Q right here.
Okay.
Where's it?
Getting shot. Shield up. Recharging shield.
Cracked an enemy shield.
Sit on Horizon.
Taking a shot. Shield cracked.
Well, if you want to drop.
You good over there?
Give me my shield to recharge.
He's one.
Give me dead, give me dead.
I'm down.
No. One left.
No, bro. I already used all my shotgun ammo.
Hone your mind to a razor's edge.
This is your champion.
Could get messy, I'm afraid.
This might be a good place to land.
Not for heaven, this. Time we tear it apart.
Ain't. Bro, don't fucking sell me, bro. My last team did. They gave up height to go get a thirst. Fucking faggot.
So aggressive.
You on top of you? You land on top of you? Yeah, chase this bitch ass nigga.
I thought we were not supposed to get up high. I'm so confused.
Oh, come on, come on, come. Right here, he's one. Rampart's running on this side, backside. Up against that wall in that corner. Setting up another wall. Fuck it, just get up and res me. Come on, just res. Fuck it. Let's go, baby.
These ties
I thought we weren't supposed to get up high. I'm so confused.
enemy shield cracked.
No, it's not that. It's just
Oh.
Recharging my shield.
Oh, I see. That is.
that bitch had no gun. Like that was free KP.
How'd you die if you didn't have a gun?
She fucking put his shield up to stop me. She's sitting in the corner like a fucking weirdo. Look, she's right there.
Oh, yes.
No?
The next
No,
ring
she
is
left.
far from our position.
Alright.
Shattered an enemy's shield.
Low ground right here. Coming up to us?
Reloading.
Nope. Going up one floor.
Ring was way more
We over here. They above us.
Yeah, I'm following you every step, bro.
Fucking idiot. Yeah, bitch. Oh my god. Got cooked. But I'm covering. Go ahead. Oh my god. Not even about it. Good knock. Let's go. Oh, let it go. He got fucking beam trying to challenge a rampart, bro. Like. He Look at that. Her team already got fucking sold. Look good. Dumbass. You're dead. Idiot. Fucking brain dead. Look at that. How do you? Fucking brain dead.
Every little choice changes the path. Care package over there.
Danger near you.
Good. Got my ultimate ready.
Rest assured, I will accept nothing less than perfection.
Introducing your champion.
Hi, friend. Come on, I know you can do better than that.
Let's get messy.
What's up, Starbutter? Merry Christmas. I've been on for only like one day. I swear it feels like it's been way longer.
Some bloke is shooting at me. Putting up some armed cover.
Attention. First round one. Beginning ring countdown.
Go. Don't be afraid to fight. I won't tell. Don't worry about ring fry. We're in the next ring.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
We've got a new kill leader. There's one, mates. Frag out. Ding that mo.
Attention, Evo harvesters are online.
Fred, I spotted an enemy over here. Got one here. Looks good. I don't blame him. Charging my shields.
Down to cargo bot.
Soften up some amps cover. Enemy close to me. Maybe I can sneak a peek in here.
Yeah, I was kind of like hesitant to go for that,
Cracked an enemy's shield.
They will be found.
so I was worried about getting shot.
I cracked an enemy's shield. Enemy spotted.
I've acquired a. My ultimate is ready. Prepare to move.
Reloading. Attack there.
Targeting that spot. Coming to phase tear. Let's put you in a bind.
Getting shot at. Attention.
Caught like a rat in a trap.
Nothing off star. Care package on its way. Charging my shields.
Hellstar here.
Should my assault now?
Enemy's shield broke. Fire! Firing!
Found by my hand.
Taking shots here.
Caught with no way out.
Right here. Enemy shield broken. Getting some damage. Giving my shields a recharge. Putting up some arms cover. Healing. Charging my shields.
Actually, now that I'm here.
Let's put you in a bind.
Tune it up. Oh, there's the 4 hit.
I'm under fire. I'm down.
Backing up my cover. Here comes the shield. Getting shot at. Smoke their shield. Smoke here. Putting up some arms cover. Grenade. Watch it.
I wonder where the team, maybe from survey. So I wonder where I think they ended up leaving though.
Putting up some arms cover.
I know there's a team that was on that high ground shooting down at them for a second.
Damage.
Good try, Rock. Maybe try harder next time.
Opponent is close.
This is gonna. This is gonna. My shield, my life.
Clear your mind. Let nothing distract you.
This is your champion.
I'd watch out for my squad if I were you.
I'm the jump master. Focus, fight, win. Follow me to victory. Relocating. You'll find me there.
Same with me.
Finding them. Caught with no way out. Reloading.
Helmet here. Level 3. Extended heavy mag here. Level 4.
Beginning ring countdown.
Say what? We're all inside this ring.
Attention. First blood.
First blood has been taken. Extended energy magazine here. Level 2. 1 minute. I'm crafting.
Attention.
A useful
Evo
tool.
harvesters are online.
Got some extra munitions here. Let's use that gondola. Target spotted.
Down the cargo bot.
In progress.
Say one. We're all in. Hostile right here.
I have a vault key. Follow me.
Jammer punching. Broke their shield now. Firing. Reloaded. Opponent. Bar.
Reloading.
Hostile spotted. Throw it out.
Finding them. Got them.
Hostile over there.
Taking fire. Recharging shields. Tear through.
Looks like a camp. Enemy shields broke. Hostile over there. Enemy here. Taking shot here.
I'm under fire.
Recharging my shields.
One sec. Down.
Wounded.
Here, take Doc. He'll fix you up. Just even like
Not so fast. Time to bind you.
reloading. Broke their shield now.
Attention. The champion's been eliminated.
Listen up, I'm getting shot at.
The champion has proved unworthy of the name.
Big up to us. That was the last one. Just a scratch. 1 second. Dropping a respawn beacon. Doc, you're coming with me. Contact.
I've elevated my skills.
Enemy over there.
Ideal. Evac tower near me. Death box here. Almost there. Extra supplies. You would do well to use extended optics here. Close range.
I'm down.
These bonds aren't easily broken. Frag out. Taking fire. Tear through. Let's drop them.
Extended energy mag here. Level 2.
Hi everyone, Mustafa. Only a screen away if you need me.
Introducing your champion.
Losing isn't fun. That's why I don't do it.
I got your back. Let's charge.
Recharging my shield. Don't worry about me.
My sight. Got a fool over there. Big target. Reloading.
Here, take Doc. He'll fix you up.
I'll recharge my shield.
Evo harvesters are now available.
The champion's eliminated. Take the pieces off the board.
New kill leader appointed.
inside the ring. Need to chart my next move.
Care package being delivered.
We don't run.
Just like a really strong rat spot to his, well, now, right? I guess the team from mine isn't pushing him. I wonder why. It's like clearly a solo. I was gonna say, like, am I just missing something? Or like, I knew that there was a team thermal because I like paid attention when we were dropping at Lava Fissure, and I typed it in chat, and then he like nodded yes, and then there's a team thermal and they almost killed. Like what? Like, why didn't he just go staging? Because like staging has a replicator as well, and it has a evil cache. Like thermal's huge. It always takes them forever to leave there. They just take a really long time looting it. What's up, Alan? Merry Christmas. Why do people just like refuse to go staging?
Replicator there.
Why do I feel like one of the teams rotating from Skyhook is gonna end up catching him on the backside of Countdown? We're gonna be coming into it. Unless he just takes long enough to where... Oh, what? They're brizzing in front of him? I don't know why he didn't just go staging, like instead of trying to go down to thermal to begin with, because no one landed staging. Dang, now that I think about that, that makes it even worse, because like if we did reset there, then it's unloaded, so we could have just loaded there. Should I leave? I could leave. I think the nice thing about that team respawning in front of him here at Lava is that maybe now the teams from Skyhook should already be past Countdown. Hey, look, there they go right now. Like one just flew over. That's what I was saying. We're like, I would have been scared to come here. I think like had he not got delayed by the lava team respawn, then we probably would have just got like immediately pushed by the team coming out of Skyhook. It looks like they did pass now. Maybe not.
Attention. Delivering replicator.
Hey, watch your heads. Replicator flying in.
I think the only person that likes staging.
supplies here. Remember to share, y'all.
I wonder if a lot more people will buy the Buster Sword when it comes back. I just realized that kind of sucks. So like, well, I mean, it sucks that like they made it seem like it was gonna be a one-time thing, to like trick people into buying it. But no, I realized like it kind of sucks because if that's gonna be the reward again for the event when it comes out, then it's like, well, what if you already have it?
I got you. Here comes your protector.
Imagine if like you already have it and you buy out the next event, which is probably gonna be around what, like 280 at least. Actually, it may be more expensive because usually when they do licensed ones, it seems like they're more expensive. It's like they're the like Post Malone event, and then the Final Fantasy one, and those are more than the other. Or like some skins in those are like the most expensive skins ever. Well, like not counting heirloom skins, but like just a single skin that you buy. That one actually might be closer to like 30 something. But imagine you like buy everything, it's like you get nothing at the end. Yeah, I did hear that she was supposed to get a prestige skin. I don't think that one is a prestige skin. The one where like, if there's like a mask on. I don't know. I mean, it could be. I forgot that I was on. What's her name? That's crazy. I literally didn't play for like only one day, and I feel like it's been way longer. I can't even think of her name. Conduit. Oh, now they want to go through staging. It's like now I'm scared to go to staging. Now I feel like that would be the better rotation. Just because I think teams are gonna pull this way, and then also I saw there was a respawn. Maybe that respawn will keep other teams off of us. I want to get past this choke point too. It's like really rough trying to get through this if there's a team holding it, and then you have to worry about like a bunch of other teams behind you. I'm trying to get heals off of this though.
Shield battery here. Other times I can't hold. Standard stock here. Level objects here. Shield battery here. Back here. Level 2. 1 minute. Here we go. Enemy spotted. Loading.
I don't know, like, is there someone under us? Because I thought I heard someone else. Yeah, there is.
Broke their shields. Reloading. Enemy here. Contact with target. Thank you. Looks like a champ. Hey, Doc. You followed us. Making contact with enemy.
This might be a rough zone. I don't know. It's like we could try to hold this team out a little more, like a little longer.
Hey, Doc. Come on back.
But I think it's I don't know if it's worth it. It's like so hard to hold teams nowadays, especially when you have teams like this where they're what, at least 2 support. I don't think they're in. But I think they are gonna have to actually move. Alright, there's some lifeline still. That's crazy shit right up there. there's nothing else really worth going for.
I'm recharging my shield.
Here, take that. He'll fix it up.
Extended heavy sniper stock here. Level 3. It'll take time off your reload.
Thank you.
Replicator on its way. Let's cook.
Oh, there's another one.
Shield battery here.
I'll have to check that one out.
How about we reposition over there? Looks like we're ahead of the game.
I wonder if we'd be better off taking that rotation. We could definitely get through there. Well, people could be a problem, but like zone itself would not be a problem there. Doesn't look like we're really getting held.
Can't flat. My bad. You sit close to the ring and it collapses on us in 45.
I need to craft energy. Surprise, surprise. Also wouldn't mind finding an L-Star.
30 seconds until the ring charges at us.
Like, I'm fine with Nemesis, it's just, I have the gun shield.
I'm short on ammo. Better stock up.
Firing. Reloading. Shot's on me. Ring in 10. We're close though.
Gotta hop up here. Gun shield generator.
Ring in motion. Being targeted.
Amping you up.
I wonder how they want to play this. We probably could hold right here. I think we have to go for that. I wonder where the Gibby team went.
I'm recharging my shield.
Taking shots here. Recharging my shields. 1 second. Healing.
Being on a white helmet's kind of scary.
Reloading. Recharging shield.
You take so much more damage off of a headshot being on a white compared to, well, especially compared to like a purple, but even just the blue. They didn't used to make as much of a difference. Oh, nice for still in.
I'll get you amped up. Healing.
I'll try and like take advantage of the conduit hills.
Recharging my shields. 1 sec.
I just try to like if I have my conduit hill up right there, it's like and I have the extra free shield, I'll try to like peek or whatever. So I mean it'll go away on its own anyway. It's like it doesn't really matter if I lose that.
Recharging shields. Don't worry about me.
I'm trying to like be mindful of all the different angles. I think like right here, there's not really an angle on me up than like where that lobo just went. I think ammo is my biggest concern. I'm just gonna drop this. Maybe one of them needs it.
Gotta hop up here. Gun shield generator.
Yeah, he did.
Taking part of my wall back, people.
Oh, that sucks. When he went to thanks, he accidentally took his wall down because it's the same button. I actually don't even want to shoot at her. Like I'm low on ammo. If we get a knock, it doesn't really matter. Or chances are it won't. Like I don't think we'll be able to actually thirst her.
Recharging my shields.
I'm recharging my shield. Got a fool over there. Check that fool out.
simply could be to try to play under, but it looks like there's at least one team down there now. I think there might be like a team top, under, and then on the left.
Shot at. Ring close. Recharging my shield. Don't worry about me. Contact. Let's explore this way.
Weapons ready. Enemy.
Ring close in 10. Nearly there.
Busted a busted field.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Return free. Only 2 enemy squads remain.
That's messed up. The team on the left and the team below had a path. I'm assuming the team below had a path to energize zip. They definitely pushed up on them. I wonder if it's his wall.
Heads up. Making an adjustment to my mobile shield.
I guess we just play off of this. I was gonna go wide, but I don't know. We could definitely use we definitely could use the Newcastle wall.
Recharging my shield.
I need him to. He has to take the wall down.
If we were on the same team.
Relocate here.
I think he was walled like by the little like box that was there at the middle. That's where Zona's gonna pull to. Because if we have wall down, then like I don't have to worry about getting thermited like that, because the wall's just gonna eat it. I'm not sure which team knocked my teammates. I'm assuming it was the team that was like doing the respawn over across on the like kind of like little bridge area.
The right moves. Take this win.
I feel like playing like more off-meta legends today.
This is your champion.
Try as you might. You can't kill a what, son?
I'm the jump master. I'll cut us a path. Dropping in. Hang on.
It's been alright. How about you?
I'm going over there.
I don't really like running this skin on Wraith. When I first got into the game again, in Season 5, I saw this skin in the store, and I thought it was like really nice. Well, it was not in the store, but like it was in an event. and I looked at it and I was like, dang, you just gotta like, or I don't know, could you buy them?
Should have seen that coming.
I can't remember if you could buy them directly. I think maybe you could buy them directly for the 1,800 coins, maybe? I don't know, maybe I don't know, you might not be able to back then, really. I know at one point you couldn't, but I remember seeing that, like, you could get it by buying the packs, which were like $7 each, and that it was random, and I was like, dang, that's kind of crazy. Like, you don't even know if you'll get it. So that kind of kept me from like wanting to get it. And they didn't bring it back for like a really long time. So like back then, it seemed like the event skins. It'd be like a really long time, I think, before they'd bring event skins back. Like maybe like.
New kill leader. Watch for them.
I want to say it was close to like 2 years or something.
Voila, extra supplies right here.
But anyways, when I did finally run it, I feel like I just get shot up way more when I run this skin.
Gluten time, going over there.
Shut the cargo.
What if I run like a sniper and a shotgun?
Not lucky us. We're already inside this next ring.
I think there's one that's like black or gray, and then I think orange or gold or something. Like a recolor of this skin that's kind of nice. This is probably one of my favorite skins in the game.
Reached a new level. I've got an upgrade waiting. This upgrade should help. Heads up. Care package coming in.
Yeah, it's the like marbled goddess skin, I think.
Care package over there.
Map shows we're spread out. Send in a decoy. Wait, how do I know I'm not the decoy?
Care package over there. Crafting. Give me a sec.
Backpack here. Level 2.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 3.
Yeah, I could use that.
Target spotted. Broken. Made a hit. Reloading.
Crafting. Hang on.
Heads up. New kill leader.
Not really. I didn't get anything from that event. So like any of the skins I have from it are just
Using the decoy escape.
Recharging my
from like them being in the store afterwards. And I don't think I have a lot from that event. I'm here to be running this quick stop thing.
here. Recharging my enemy down.
Got my Heirloom. Come heal in the shield.
Punching a tunnel. Myself a portal. Taking shots.
There's another team there.
We should go there. I'm down.
It has to be another team, right? Yeah, no, it definitely has to. Because it's Bing, Lifeline, and Horizon.
Giving my shields a recharge.
I don't think I could run shotgun and sniper. I wanted to thirst the bang. Like I didn't even. Well, I guess I did know that they had a lifeline from like shooting at her from far away, but I couldn't remember. And then I wanted to thirst anyway, like just in case they have one or any support legend really. But I think I'd float in better like having an AR or something. Has DVD been recently? Trash. No, I haven't really been playing it much. Like, I think I played it like once or twice the other day on Twitch. And like I don't really play it off stream too much. I think I played like one match last night.
This time?
No, I mean it's been okay. I actually thought about playing that tonight.
Check out that replicator coming in. Just a sec, crafting it up.
I feel like with DVD though, it's like sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I should play DVD. I'll load up DVD, and like first game in, I'm getting sent to a map that's like very bad for killer, and then like running against a bunch of like second chance perks. And it's like the game just not as fun. I think like the balancing issues would have always made DVD less fun than what it could be.
Upgrades waiting for me. Path chosen. Got an idea where it leads.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of been like that though for like a long time.
Alright, we're down to 50% left. Yeah, that's some pretty easy math.
I think it's kind of funny when like it's usually like newer players who are like, oh, maybe hopefully they'll balance this or like balance the game in general. And it's like, the game's been going on for, I think in June it'll be 9 years. And as someone that's like played it for a long time, you kind of get to a point where like, yeah, they're just never going to balance the game. I actually downloaded that last night. But I don't know. I think DBD is like the worst game when it comes to balance. Well, like at least like the worst online game when it comes to balancing.
Care package coming in. Enemy over there.
Cause like right now, Apex has a really bad meta, but like everyone knows it won't stay like that. Like at most, it may last like a full season, but they'll actually like do something about it.
Optics here. I need a backpack.
Let's check it over there.
This sucks. Like I want to craft heavy ammo, but I don't have a backpack to carry it.
Firing. Yeah, I think this place needs a little more me. Reloading.
Watching this spot. Enemy over there.
Go bamboozle.
Oh, got my backpack.
An enemy landed near me. I'm healing the shield.
Frag out.
Enough. Enemies drop down here.
Frag out. Reloading.
Contact with target.
How many teams are landing here? That was Mirage.
Loot bins have been restocked.
Some of us aren't inside the ring.
Backpack. Backpack here. Level 3.
Attention. Delivery
Yeah, I
replicator.
could use that. Replicator here, falling down.
Yeah. I heard that there's supposed to be like some big changes in the next event.
Warning. Ring closing.
Like when the what kind of near the start of January, right? When the Final Fantasy thing comes. I heard that there's possibly gonna also be like rank changes. Yeah, from what I remember, it's been a little while now. I don't know if it was... It was whenever the control legends got changed. I think it was like 2 seasons ago. They said that they were going to buff control and then support, and I want to say after that it's supposed to be skirmisher. I think it was... I'm pretty sure it was skirmisher. I don't think it was assault. Because I feel like it'd be kind of crazy if they buffed assault. Like, I feel like when they added the whole like class systems, I feel like assault was like the only one that was like really getting something big. And skirmisher just like, you don't really get any advantages to being them. Like, yeah, you can see what's in the care package, but it's like, that's like so small compared to the other classes. I think that's all you get, right? Is a skirmisher. I wouldn't mind going for Havoc, but
1 minute. Rings pretty
actually,
close.
I probably will run that over the Siva, just because it's naked.
Danger. Move.
There may be a shooter nearby.
Assuming I don't die for this, I can try to port us into a better spot.
Getting shot at. Void running. Recharging my shields.
Like when you scan the care package, yeah, you get I think you get 75 points. Is 75 or is it only 50? No, I think it's only 50 for your team.
Sending out another me. Damn, he's good looking. Recharging shields.
Let me see if there's a team on this like backside. I don't really have an angle, do I? Cause like I can port us back there.
Punching a tunnel.
Actually seems like we don't need it. Like the team on top isn't really too worried about us right now.
Target spotted. Set the portal. Reloading. They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Recharging my shields.
I might just have to play in that cart. Yeah, I think I should just play in that cart. Is that a massive? Okay. Never mind.
Phasing.
Stormfold, there's another cart that's in zone, but I don't know if we can buff with it. I'm trying to get my port back. I never really run this optic on the Hemlock anymore. There was a little while where I really liked it. And then my friend that I would always run with swore I was cheating. Because, well, I guess we kind of both hated the 2-4 on most guns. I didn't think it was like too hard to run on Hemlock. Since it's a burst weapon.
Give me a sec.
I really want a red dot right now.
I think someone's targeting me.
Oh, there it is. I'm honestly tempted to take that health star. No, I guess I can't because I wouldn't have ammo for it. I may not need this, but I'm gonna use it at least to see if the cart is available. No, it's not. There's a level team in there. I don't like this spot.
Getting shot at. ready.
Oh, sure, Abby.
Need to recharge.
Throw my grenade out. Throwing through my grenade.
I was kind of hoping. Well, no, I guess it couldn't be that zone. This is a zone that ends like right in front of where I'm looking, and it pulls more towards where we're at right now.
There's one. Hostile right here, right in
Oh,
front
I
of
see.
me. Got one here.
I see there. That sucks because like I use my portal, so I can't even like port him to us or anything. Team could probably get away with dropping on us. I do get them wanting to stay up there and like hold their high ground. But I mean, they have Lifeline, Newcastle, and Bang. And I think they could get away with like dropping on us real quick.
45 seconds, rings close.
Damn, there's a team here. I'd rather fight this team though that's on edge than this team that's dropping on us.
If we were on the same team, you would be happy about this.
Making contact with enemy.
Let's move that way. Let's go this way.
This way, let's go.
I don't know why our Mirage went under them.
Havoc rifle here.
What would I change with the class?
Let's explore this way. Never mind.
I feel like they need to add something that's like a completely new mechanic, I guess. Kind of how like, you know, like Recon has the survey beacon, which like no one else can interact with the exception of like certain perks or whatever. And then of course like the Control has the control ring, and Assault has the assault bins. But I feel like there needs to be something like that that's like exclusive to them. That's better than just, you know, looking at a care package and seeing what's in it. Oh, no way they lose that. That's crazy. I was like looking at it, and then oh wow, that's so stupid because the other team had a lifeline. Like I had kind of stopped paying attention for a second, and then I look up when like I saw the lifeline fighting them, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's dead, right? Like I saw she got the tap off, but I'm like, no, she's like they lose, right? And then I saw that the what was it? The Lobo was like one shot, and I'm like, oh no. I would be so mad if I was that team. The lifeline tap is so annoying. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite skins in the game. I feel like I do way better though with like... What's the one I usually go to? Actually, it shouldn't be... Because it shouldn't be hard to find, right? Because it's a Recolor. There it is. Oh, in pubs, does she like just automatically call out if she's you're saying like her the like voice like what is the name of the power or the perk or ability? It's like something from the Void, right? Oh, voices from the void. Is that a thing? Like if you're in a pubs, does it automatically just say that? Because I know if you're, and I never really got why, but like I know if your teammates die, then you'll like automatically get that. Like you don't have to ping. She'll just automatically say if like a sniper's looking at her or whatever. I never got why like that wasn't just a thing. Like why not just always have it be passive? Because I mean it's like it's passive, but you have to press a button for it. Which I don't think it really makes like a huge difference either way, but it's definitely, you know, nicer for it to be completely passive. What if they give them ADS in air to air? Are you saying like make it to where like if they're shooting in air they have like they keep their normal weapon accuracy? That would be nice if they made it to where kind of like how R9, where if you just have it out, or you're saying like where like you have like the stowed weapon movement speed, but if it was just like on like submachine guns as a whole or something for skirmisher. I know when they first added the perk system, they said that like since some of the stronger legends were in that class, that's why they were like the kind of so weak, or like the perk was so weak or whatever. They didn't really like get much of a benefit. I think that was like more so because of Horizon, really, because at that time she was like everyone was saying that she was the strongest legend in the game. Because Revenant wasn't in that class, I believe, at first. Yeah, no, he was Assault, and then he got his rework, like maybe like the next season or something, I think. I remember I was so sad when they first moved them over from Assault to Skirmisher. It's like it still sucks as far as like you lose out on the bin giving you attachments and the extra ammo in an inventory. But they made Revenant to where like, especially when they first changed him, they made him to where like he was just super OP. So it was like it, you know, definitely made up for it. But yeah, they did Control and they did Recon last season, and then they did Support this season. So I'm sure we'll get one next season. And I want to say they said Skirmisher was next, but who knows? Maybe they end up doing something with Assault. I honestly think Assault's relatively fine. I know that like these 4 legends are like pretty far from meta. So I don't know, maybe that could get them to buff them up a little more. I mean, really, if they just reverted the change they made to Assault, as far as like when Assault first came out, if you were on maybe say like say you had like your whole team had white mags on your weapons, then you hit an Assault bin, a lot of times you would not get blue and purple, you would jump up to like purple and gold equipment or like attachments. And they kind of nerfed it down to where it's less likely to like jump you up multiple tiers. So instead now it's more like you're more likely to get like maybe like 3 blues and a purple item. But you used to definitely get like fully kitted out really fast if you had an Assault character on the team. I feel like if they just like reverted that alone would be pretty big. I don't really know what they could give Assault to make these 4 like stronger picks without it being super broken, but as we've seen with this season, they're not really above like going all out on the perks. I think Skirmisher is a harder one though to think of like what they could give them. Yeah, it's like the only time Ballistic ever really got played was on his release. There was a really small time where a lot of the like at least like console port teams were running like him, Horizon, and Bang, or him, Horizon, and Revenant. His the smart bullet used to be better. I want to say it would stun you longer, and I think it also might have stunned you faster, like the heat on your weapon would build up quicker. I always wanted them to buff him up because like I like his character or like his abilities, but at the same time, that I think that tactical is like even right now it can be kind of annoying to fight, and I feel like if they buffed it or like too much, I don't know if I'd want to play a ballistic meta. That'd be kind of crazy. Because I think that like for the most part, that tactical, if you're like in an up close fight, you're probably gonna beat the person, like assuming like you're hitting your shots, just because they take what, like 30 damage total, and then they can't shoot you for what is it, like I don't know, like half a second, a third of a second. It's not like super long, but it's enough time to like if the ballistic is shooting you and you just can't shoot him, unless he's missing, he's gonna beat you. I don't know. Maybe this is a Dead by Daylight night. Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught that. But the second we like load in oh, that's crazy. His clan tag is safe. He typed out. I don't know what legend he's gonna pick, but wait, actually no. I'm gonna call it before he goes. He's gonna pick a Loba, a Valk, or a Revenant. I bet it's got to be one of those three. The only other thing I could think of would be maybe like a defensive legend, and he's gonna like hardcore lock down the building and just like chilling it. But I think it's gonna be a Loba, a Bang, or a wait. I think he's first pick, right? No, I guess he's going Crypto. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I guess Crypto would have. Yeah, Crypto kind of makes sense. Although you can't really do it like you used to be able to. Because like Crypto's invisibility. Dang, he just said like we're gonna be like ratting all game. That sucks. I would much rather just like I would play like right now I feel like playing more like overly aggressive than I do like overly safe, but whatever. But no, I didn't even think of Crypto because like for a little while people were doing that with Crypto where they'd like want to like rat or whatever, because he had like the very unique going invisible thing where like I don't know, he had like a unique form of ratting that no one else could do. Like if we saw zone was gonna end right here, he could just sit there even though it's in the open, and he could sit invisible in his drone and have his drone go like super high up or on top of a mountain or out in the ring so that no teams would be able to destroy it, and then he's just invisible at the center of where the zone's gonna end, and it's like you're guaranteed to get at least second place. But it was like a very boring strat to me. Like, cause then a lot of times like, they just wouldn't even play the game. They're just like trying to go invisible for second place. I messed up. If I could have like landed there on the door quicker than her and got that gun. But I messed up my drop. I forgot I wonder if the Crypto's even gonna fight them with us, because he kind of said he wasn't really trying to fight anyone. But yeah, no, he still has the perk where you can go invisible, but now you can actually see him. Oh, it's messed up. It's like it was still where I couldn't close the door. But yeah, Crypto didn't really come to mind when he said that. The whole thing about like that he wasn't trying to fight anyone really. Just because like I don't really see anyone do that now.
They found a new key leader. 좋아. Thank you. Hold on. Shields recharging.
Yeah, he kind of said that he wasn't really trying to do anything like before we even loading into the match. If she wants to, it's not out of the cards anymore. Actually, you should go to all of them, right? It's messed up. There's a third party, of course. No, I was gonna say when she had the thing charged up, that even though the Horizon was on full health, if she had a headshot there, then like it would just be an insta down. Sentinel was so scary early on. Like Sentinel could be scary even like later game, but like especially early game. The nice thing about me being dead right now is that she probably can get away. Cause she's gonna get she gets what, like 30% increased movement. Yeah, and then there's another beacon like past the one that she's about to pass. Like she's gonna have that increased mobility this whole time.
Found extra supplies.
I think it's funny that like it's always games like this where your team will end up having a 1v3 where you'll get a teammate like that or like they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go,
Replicator there. If you need it, got it.
you know, just try to like hide or whatever until endgame.
There's an enemy near me.
Yeah, I wish I would pick Catalyst over Caustic.
Recharging my shields. One sec.
I was kind of thinking about Crypto earlier, or well, not earlier. I think it was like yesterday. I was thinking about how like the EMP is like kind of in a bad spot right now because it's like it's still a pretty strong ult technically, but just because of how support is, where like they hit a cell and like your ultimate that takes a couple minutes to get, and like he kind of his whole like all of Crypto's like strengths are really built around that ult. And it, you know, you hit them for like 50 shield, but then if they're support, they just get rid of that in what, 2.5 seconds. Yeah, that would be nice. Kind of like how they made Lifeline's drone work. I had to check if he had it, but of course he hasn't. He's got the perk to go in this. I don't know. I am surprised that what the? It's so rare to see Crypto do that. Do a like a normal respawn. Because he can use his drone to just like tap it and it'll instantly respawn. We're like holding the button on the thing, but no, I am like still surprised I don't know. Like I feel like the invisible perk is not. It's not like terrible, but I feel like the other perk option's probably better now.
Recharging my shield. Don't worry about me.
I thought it was cool when they added that perk. What, last season? But I did kind of think that they were gonna end up nerfing it, and then and I kind of like got why, but especially when like you started having people that were like kind of I guess abusing it. I was like, yeah, it's definitely getting nerfed. Because it was kind of lame that like you could have teams that would be just solo and they were gonna place really high just because they had a perk.
Taking shots here. Recharging my shield.
Can I enter to get out of there? Turbo has an angle on him. It's like, this is going to be rough because they have a lifeline, but I think it's their only chance of really killing them. At least doing it easier. Actually, you have to re-knot. Per conduit.
This is your champion.
I'm the jump master. Focus. Fight. Win. Again. Moving that way. Target landed near me. Hold move. And fatal.
Bro, no way. There's no way that they thought we should all land on this single building. I'm not really a fan of Prowler nowadays.
Opening fire.
I probably should have taken the car someday.
Agreed.
I'm out of
energy ammo. I'm out of heavy ammo. Engage them here. Let's put you in a.
Oh, they're still in the building.
Maybe you were created to lose. That would be a fun twist.
Hard cases. We're right by the ring. I've got 45. Rings near ads and won't close for 30. Big ups, team.
Oh, but yeah, E-District's been alright. It's definitely been, like, refreshing to play on that map again, compared to... What was it before? This one, Storm Point, and... Broken Moon?
New kill leader appointed. New kill leader, as I saw him.
Warning. Ring movement in progress.
Rings moving.
Go and hit. Get them behind. Direction ball's rolling. Ammo. Grenade incoming. I'm out of energy ammo.
Alright, especially just like... So I was kind of surprised she like threw her ult like that. Or like Maggie ult is like crazy strong. Right, I don't know. Like that team was only on what, white shields? I think it's like winnable if you hit them with the Maggie ult. But she didn't have it once they were like actually there in front of them. Yeah, I'm just imagining that and like, what does it hit you for? Like 20 damage? But I mean, stunned on white shield, like that just sounds like that'd be like very annoying to get hit by on white shield. I think that change that they made it, or give it, where like it doesn't explode as soon as it hits the first person anymore, made a pretty big difference. Because it was like before, if the team was lined up but they're not like right on top of each other, it would hit the first person and then it'd blow up and then like that was it. But like now it'll like blow up when it hits you and then it'll keep going and it can blow up again if it gets close to another person. It's like way more likely to hit multiple people now. I'm not sure. It was supposed to come back when this like when this split happened, but for some reason it didn't. Like from what they had showed originally, it was supposed to be Olympus, World's Edge, and E-District. But instead it's E-District, World's Edge, and Stormpoint.
Introducing your champion.
Alright, Starbutter E2. And good luck with your matches. I'm probably only gonna be on for like maybe like 40 more minutes. Because I think the second season of Squid Game is supposed to drop at 12. Yeah, I kind of forgot like that it was so close to it coming out until like earlier today or maybe yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it's pretty good. I watched the first season, actually a couple times. Yeah, if you do watch it, I would definitely recommend watching the first season first, because I think it's one of those things where like the story will kind of like get thrown off if you start like on the second season. Like I know there's like some things where like it doesn't like matter as much. But I think it is one of those ones where, like, it will probably kind of... Oh. Dang. I thought it was 12 EST. Okay. Well, I guess this stream's going to be a little longer than what I was expecting. Hey, Wolfish. I think it is the one from Season 5. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. So like, music packs are... Those are like one of the few things that are actually exclusive, huh? Like if you don't play, you can't get them, right? Like if you don't play like during certain events. Other than that, I know like the Christmas one you can get when it comes back. It's been a long time since I've like actually changed that one. Let's run this one a lot. I think I'd use that one sometime. And this one. I ran this one a lot, like towards the end of Arena. Oh yeah, I saw that there's like a new challenge for using the EPG. Oh, the one from this battle pass second split. I think I actually haven't really like heard a lot of the newer ones. Ballistics is good. I'll have to check his out too. Yeah, I think like probably the last couple of seasons, I haven't really heard a lot of them. I think that's why I like the season 5 one. The season 5 one is kind of like the one that I had on Lost Treasure. Isn't that one kind of like a remix of the original track? Like I know they all kind of take the like kind of like the beat or like the rhythm of the original, but isn't that one like a little closer to the original than a lot of the other ones? Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
I think we're going to do great, friend.
Making messes? That's my specialty.
This is your champion.
Saw a mark over there. I'll give as many credit.
Dropping in, hang on.
I'm going there.
I forgot that it changes your music when you're dropping in also.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Taking fire. Enemy shield broke. I'm down.
I'm coming. I'm down.
Getting shot at. Reloading. Max range bar.
I know you have to like step off of it after coming out in order to interact with it again.
Take care.
I thought when I jumped to the side that I'd be able to go back in after, but I guess I didn't go like far enough.
I have chosen an upgrade.
Oh, it's just a wee scratch, dear.
I really want to see how they end up buffing Alter. I wonder if they will shorten the time, like when you come out of the portal where you can't shoot. And so the thing with that is like it's kind of, it can be bad for you, but it can also be good because like you come out and you can see them and you can kind of like tell if like, oh, maybe you don't want to fight because like they're on like angles or whatever. So like that time of like invulnerability is kind of good. So if they like shorten it, that like, it could hurt you in some ways, but at the same time like it makes it where like you can fight quicker. Like if you want to just like go in and like try to get damage real quick and then get out. Yeah, that's like a huge problem with her. There's been so many times where I've played her and the Nexus could have been super clutch. They could have like got out of there and they just won't use it. Like they just don't know how. I don't really get how they don't, because like that's, I feel like it's kind of simple and like that's her whole ult. It's like a very simple one. It just takes you back to it. There's not really much to it. But there's a lot of teammates that just don't really know what it does, I guess. And I think it's even worse because like they buffed it to where you can be knocked and you don't have to look at it. You can just press a button to interact with it. So like it's even like easier to use than it used to be. So got unreleased, you had to like look at the thing and then interact. You had like one game where the teammate doesn't land right on me. Oh no, PK. I think it'd be nice if she could shield swap too through her passive. I believe right now she can't. I think they both went down. I could do that. Well, I fucked it up. I meant to shoot it on the ground in the hopes that like the lifeline could use it.
Attention, Eco harvesters are online.
Didn't even look like you were having fun. Lighten up, amigo. Yo, got an upgrade. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, I think it's like it's a pretty simple ult. That's all it does. It doesn't really. Yeah, it's not like it like has a lot to it. But there definitely seems to be like a lot of players that just won't use it whenever you place it. I don't remember how long was it till the map changed? It might have changed during this match. Yeah, it did. That's close. I almost accidentally sent myself the broken moon.
Set wall. You can draw the best hand and I'll still crush you.
I think the thing that's like really interesting with Alter is she's like the first legend in a really long time where she's like a lot to her kit as far more so the tactical than the ult, I think. And like I don't think she's like bad, but at the same time I don't think she's like super strong or anything. And I feel like I don't know, like they could do a lot with buffs, but she's not really like one of those characters where it's like, oh well, if they just buff this to that, then she's instantly like gonna be super strong or something. Like with Newcastle, where they made it to where his shield had infinite HP, and then they increased the numbers on like his wall and his knockdown shield and like stuff like that. It's like, okay, well, it's just gonna obviously make it like way stronger. Or who's someone else that's simple or similar? Or I guess like Ballistic, where like kind of like I was saying, like if they end up buffing him, so like they buffed the tactical, which I think is already pretty strong. They made it where like it hits you for more damage or stuns you for longer. It's like, oh yeah, that would definitely be a huge buff, but it'd probably be like maybe like too strong. I don't know. I feel like there's like a lot they could end up doing with her. What if like when you place the little rift, if you could actually like shoot through it rather than like having to go through it? Like, okay, so like in the situation where I was at right there, where I have a knock and they're below me and I can drop my thing, but like if I go down there, then like it's not really good for me, especially because of like the whole I come down and I can't instantly fight. I have to wait for the little timer for me to like come out of the phase or whatever. But like what if it was like basically acted like a window where like you could shoot through it? I think something like, yeah, or like that, like you said, like with nades, even just a change like that I think would make her like way stronger. I would really like for her to be like a more viable legend in ranked, and like I think that change alone would be really good in ranked, because you have like a team that's like holding down a building, and I think that like Catalyst is by far the strongest at doing that. I think Catalyst is honestly probably like too strong. Like Catalyst defense is crazy, but like Catalyst isn't meta right now, so like no one's really like running around on Catalyst like that. But I don't know, and I'm kind of fine with like defensive legends being really good at holding down their building, because that's their thing. But I do think it's like crazy strong, like, because I think it takes what, like 6 door kicks or something, and then now with Catalyst having the perk to just like rebuild the door, it's like you just never can really get rid of the doors. But I think like if they made it to where like Alter could do that, then it's like, okay, now you have a character that could like open a door that they can go through, and then they could potentially maybe shoot you through it, or like you had said, if you could like throw grenades through it, that would be really strong. I feel like Alter should be like the best legend for fighting defensive legends. Or like one of the best ones, I guess. Because I mean, like there's really always been the thing of like Caustic is a defensive legend, but like he's really good against them because he can throw his ult in there, unless they're like a Watson pylon, and like now they can't sit in their building. I think Maggie's pretty good at it too because of the drills. But I don't know. I like Alter's whole thing is like that she can get into anything, like in and out of anything. So I think she should like be in a position where she's really good at countering defensive legends. Yeah, that'd be nice too. If like you shoot it on a Gibby bubble and he's sticking the res, and now all of a sudden you shoot him through it, or like the Newcastle wall. I don't know. I think probably that they should probably be able to shoot through it. I think either way would probably be fine. It could be annoying if you couldn't shoot through it. Like if she was on a spot, like I don't know if she had like kind of like the area we were at on that match. In those big buildings, there's like pillars at the bottom. It's like kind of thick, where like it's more than enough to cover your body. I'm just imagining like if she like sat that there and then she could like shoot at you, or and that's not like the only spot, like, but like spots like that where like she'd be able to shoot you, but it'd be like really hard to push her. If so, I don't know. I think like probably if both sides could shoot through it, they'd probably be fine, or like easier to keep it like balanced, I guess. I think one thing that would be nice though would be if you're not on her team and you come through the portal, or like even like a Wraith portal or an Ash portal, I don't think you should get the red highlight that they added, because like that didn't used to be a thing. But it's kind of weird that like you could set a portal as I guess any of those legends, or like I'll just say like Wraith for example, and they follow through it, and like they're going to immediately know where to look as soon as they come out, because they get the red highlight on enemies that are nearby. And I feel like that's fine for the team or the character that's on that legend, but I feel like enemy teams probably shouldn't get that info. That way if they decide to like follow you through your portal, they don't immediately know where to look. They'll like they're more likely to be at a disadvantage, which I think makes sense since like it's like durability and I don't know. Like I'm just thinking of like spots where like maybe like your teammate gets down and then you like pull them through your portal as Wraith, and like now the other team's gonna want to push through, and I think it's just probably would be better if they don't have, which I mean that's how it used to be for the longest, where like but back then it was like no one got that just wasn't a thing, the whole like getting the red highlight on people. Yeah, it does seem like she's gonna be a very big character in the lore, at least for now. She was kind of setting Horizon up to, well, she's like setting her up to end the world, or become evil, but and then end the world. But she was like, I guess like, did she give her the thing? No, she didn't give her because Horizon already had it then. But she was like kind of pushing her to use it to try to go back in time to see her son. And Horizon had it, and Ash ended up opening a portal into like Horizon's apartment or wherever it was at, and Ash stabbed it with the sword, and then that's when the whole like rift thing started opening in the sky. Which I believe right now no one knows that Ash was the one that did it. Horizon thinks that like it's her fault. I honestly thought that like by now Ash would have we would have seen more of the Ashley side, the human conscience that's still in her. I know that they said that like at some point she's supposed to either be in more control or fully could take over, but I thought that would have like been happen. It doesn't feel like Ash has been in the game for a long time, but I mean, I think she's been in for what, like 10 seasons now? It really doesn't feel like she's been in the game that long. And I guess technically even earlier than that, just not as a playable character. Dang. I just had to go to Broken Moon.
So you didn't want bullets in your acupoints?
Yeah, I guess so. I kind of like, I don't know how they're gonna pull that one off, making her be a good person. Because I mean, when we first were showing her, was well, I mean, like Ash was a thing in Titanfall 2, but I don't believe there was like any backstory on her back then, or at least not like who she was or whatever as a person. But we saw her in the Horizon stories from the Outlands first, and she looked pretty happy sending Horizon, you know, just out into space. So I don't know how they're gonna like pull off presenting her as a good character. I'm sure they're gonna like come up with some reason like why she had to do it, but she definitely seemed I mean, didn't she have like a big ass smile when she did it? Which like it's kind of even worse because as they've gone on and like shown like more like lore and stuff, like she was like pretty close with Horizon and her son, to where like he saw her as an aunt, Oh yeah, yeah. I saw you just said that. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like she probably must have like kind of taken care of it. Well, I don't know if she like raised him, but I mean, it at least was like still an important like part of his life after Horizon didn't come back from the mission. Hey Jeffrey, not bad. How about you? Like I think the only thing I can think of that Ash, like the only like redeeming thing she did after leaving Horizon to die was when she was having that hit on the place that she worked at or whatever. She told Newton to leave, to like clock out early basically. She pulled a what is it? You were always nice to me. Don't come to school tomorrow. That's when she ended up like dying. Well, I mean, she didn't like. Well, she died, but like her conscience was put into the sim. Whatever happened to the single player Horizon game? You're saying the two like, are they PlayStation exclusives? I don't even know the name of the character. It's like the main character is a girl with a bow. Are you talking about that game? I mean, that's what she did, Starbutter. Pretty much. Oh yeah, Zero Dawn. Yeah, that's the second one, right? I never played either of those games. I saw someone play a little bit of the second one. But yeah, no, other than that, like, I mean, Ash doesn't really seem like a very good character, so I don't know how they're gonna like kind of redeem the human side of her. It would be nice if you could like view all the lore in game. That's one thing that like I feel like a lot of games have kind of not done super well on. There's been like a lot of games that have like really good lore, but you have to like go somewhere else to actually see it. And then on top of that, like so like Apex, for example, they have like the stories for the Outlands or from the Outlands, and then what's the other ones? I think they have like something else that has lore, but like on top of that, there's a book. Well, there's two books. I don't think the second one's like as lore focused. I know the first one is. And then there's also like a lot of little like comics and stuff that they've done, but you have to go on like Twitter to find them. And then on top of that, there's we used to always have like, when a season was going on, there were called like treasure packs, and you could get a daily treasure pack, and they would come out of like the little loot bins. It was like random when you'd get them or whatever, but you would get those, and it would like unlock that day's like little treasure pack or whatever. So you would get like a reward, and as you got those, you would get lore. So like there's like a lot of lore that's like split, and like you have to like kind of go find it. It would be nice if it was like all in game. Yeah, it'd be nice. Like when they first added the like treasure packs in season 5, you actually would have to go do missions every so often, where like you would go do PvE things, and you had to. It was kind of like go explore an area, hear some lore, and then fight. Were they prowlers? Did you fight prowlers? I want to say you fought prowlers. Maybe something else, but there was prowlers for sure. And And then you have to like capture an area. You like while this little machine would drill up a piece, which the parts ended up being that's how they ended up finding Ash. I think I think it was like it was something to find the spot where Ash's body was. Yeah, I didn't know that she was supposed to get a single player mode. They had one. When was the last time they did something like that? During the Loba and Revenant thing, right? Yeah, yeah. There was like a where you'd like go through an area in like a more of like a PvE environment. Oh, you're saying it's gonna be like a whole game? I know at one point, this was like a long time ago, after they did the PvE thing in season 5, there was like leaks or whatever of a like a full-on mode that was gonna be PvE, but then they decided to not do that for some reason. Like it was gonna be like a basically like a full-on story mode in Apex. But then it ended up getting like canceled, at least for the time being. There's like that kind of sucked. I know in the... Was it from a lore comic or was it from... It might have been like a Twitter post. Wherever it was originally posted, where like Rev was trying to keep Horizon from waking up Ash. Well like waking up like the human side of her, I guess. And she ended up doing it. And in that one... Was it that one? I think it was that one. Actually, no, maybe... Am I tripping? No, I think it was that one. But that one or maybe the one after that. It might have been the one after that. I think it was the one after that. Like basically like the continuation to that one. That I think that the one I'm thinking of is on their YouTube. But anyways, in that one, like Ashley, she ends up saying that she knows what happened to Newton. Yeah, you would think you would at the very least be able to like see the different stories from the Outlands in game. I do feel like I think I was saying it the other day or like the other week or whatever, that it seems like they're a lot slower on like the lore and stuff nowadays. It seems like really just like anything that's not this or this or this they don't really care about it as much right now. Or this, or that, or this, or that, or this, or that. Any of that stuff. Like, I don't, like, I know, like, a lot of people are saying, like, Apex is, people say, like, it's dead or dying right now, or, like, doing way worse. And I don't know about that, but I do think that, like, it's gone way too much into focusing on just, like, skins and cosmetics and stuff like that, like, how much money they can squeeze out of the consumer. Like, we don't really get as much, stuff that's not, you know, just not based on profit, I guess, as much anymore. Like, it seems like they care less about, like, lore stuff, or, like, we used to have clans, and they got rid of that kind of more recently, and it was, like, there wasn't really much in the whole clan system, but, like, rather than them expanding upon it, they're like, let's just get rid of it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that Mirage hasn't gotten one, and he's an original character. The only, like, real lore Mirage has gotten, he's been, like, kind of, like, more, like, side character in a couple of them, and then, like, he was helping Wraith a lot more when, like, her main focus was trying to figure out who, well, I guess it still is, that she's trying to figure out who she was, kind of, but, like, at least now, like, he was actually the one that gave her the file that told her what her name was. And then it also, there was kind of like a little bit of like stuff that kind of was like making it seem like there was a possible like love interest type thing with him and Wraith. And then she was kind of jealous of Rampart when Rampart first was around Mirage, because she thought that they liked each other, but they're more of like a brother and sister relationship. But like not that kind of brother and sister relationship, like a normal one. Yeah, I know that Mirage is supposed to have, I think, what, doesn't he have like a lot of brothers or something? So he kind of didn't really feel special, or like he was just like another kid or whatever. Like that's how he, like, it seemed like it was like his parents had so many kids that is like he's not really special, I guess, or something like that. And then his mom ended up, I don't know if she's like Alzheimer's or what, but I think like his mom is like, for some reason she can't like remember stuff or whatever. And then it's like he kind of has his decoys to kind of like keep him company. And there's something that I can't remember. I know there was like something that was like something from his mom that was like super significant to him. I want to say it has something to do with his heirloom, right? I don't know. I can't remember. I saw what you guys said. Yeah, I do remember that being a thing. About Mirage's uncles, or like his uncle or someone being in Titanfall. Yeah, Bloodhound and Fuse have been together, or like dating for a couple seasons now, and then in this season, Fuse asked Bloodhound to marry him. There's a cutscene. Oh, it should be in here, right?
At last you are home. You missed today's match. Why do you look so depleted?
That's still crazy that Bloodhound just has
Had a little errand to run on
an
Talus.
L-star
Howdy.
chilling on the wall.
Went to visit your relatives, actually. Yep. First they had me take a
Imagine
little
breaking
hike.
into someone's house
Something
and they
about
look like an
a
L-star.
sacred place. Got me to pick up some pebbles. Yeah, it's not what I do for fun, but each to their own, eh? Then we bonded over a bit of light soldering. Nothing I couldn't handle.
This journey. You weren't performing.
Your folks' proposal rituals? Yeah. Well, I wanted to do these rites right. Right? Okay. I never thought I'd settle down, but Houndy... come on, Fusey. You've really taught this old dog some new tricks. I want to ask... I mean, would you take... Oh, damn it to hell. How's about you and I take the rest of this journey together?
With our destinies aligned, before the All-Father, our hands shall be fast in the old ways, and the tale will be spoken long after we've arrived at the great hall of Valhalla.
Help me out here, darling.
It is a yes, my love.
Yeah, I think the 30-30 is probably Fuse's, because I think that's like his favorite gun. And then it's supposed to be a Salvonian weapon. It was like introduced with him in season 8. This match is a hell no. I was like super surprised when they, I think, didn't they like start flirting kind of in one of the seasons? I think they like flirted before they dated. I know when Fuse came out, he went to slap Bloodhound's ass in one of the trailers. And Bloodhound was about to shoot him with the wingman. Fuse belongs with the real man? Who? Yeah, I think 30-30 is supposed to be like a Salvonian weapon. Bangalore? I think Mirage is straight. I think Loba's bi. I don't know if there's any other bi characters, but I'm pretty sure like Bang and Valk are lesbian from what I remember, and Loba's bi, and that Mirage is straight. Mirage and Pumpkin? Who's Pumpkin? Bloodhound is a female. Yeah, I've like a lot of like my friends who have watched Bloodhound's story from the Outlands, like when Bloodhound was younger. I mean, you never really see Bloodhound's face completely, but I thought just like based off of Bloodhound's voice, I thought Bloodhound was a girl. Like all my friends have said that they thought Bloodhound, or they think that like Bloodhound is a guy, but I don't know. From the stories from the Outlands, I thought Bloodhound was a girl. Just going off of like the start of it which is like younger. He got drunk and woke up with a pumpkin. Wait, I gotta find this lore. What did Mirage do to that pumpkin? That's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. This is even worse because I'm thinking Bloodhound has this skin. I'm scared to search Mirage Pumpkin. I forgot there's a recolor to that one. You know, I like really wanted that skin when cause I missed it the first time it was around. I don't know. I don't think I got it. I don't think I got it even when like I started getting into the game and the Halloween event was going on. Or I don't know. Maybe I did. But I know that like for a while I didn't have it, and like the Halloween event wasn't around, and like I thought it was like the best skin ever, and then I don't think I ever actually ran it. This one's pretty cool too. I feel like I didn't run it because like I feel like the head was giant and I'd get headshotted. But I feel like Bloodhound just has like a lot of cosmetics where like the head just looks giant. What? That's actually a thing? I'm about to look it up right now. The pumpkin incident. Yeah, I don't think Caustic has like any love interests in the game. The only like real connections Caustic has had with characters is he kind of was treating Watson as like almost as like a daughter. Because I believe he was like friends with her dad, right? Or either like knew him or respected him. And Watson's dad ended up dying, and then I know like in earlier Apex seasons, Caustic was kind of like really close to Watson, but then he didn't like that Crypto was getting close with her, and he like framed him and like tried to make it look like he betrayed them or like sold them out to Revenant. But then like there was like a little while where like she didn't like either one of them or didn't trust either one of them, and then eventually ended up coming out that it was really Caustic who framed and betrayed them. So then like her and Caustic weren't cool, but like the last they did with Watson and Crypto was like kind of seemed like they'd probably end up getting together, but then they haven't really done anything in a long time. I know for a little while, Caustic would actually refer to Crypto as his brother. Not like super happily, but it definitely, it seems like he doesn't really like hate Crypto anymore like he used to. But I think that's because like they kind of like are brothers in a way, and I think it's because like he knows that Crypto cares about their mom or whatever. Why is Lifeline looking at me like that? That's crazy. I didn't notice that. This isn't how she used to always look, right? In like the menu. Because I know that like they're using her reworked model, but I don't think she used to have that same facial expression. Yeah, they haven't really done anything with Caustic lore wise. The last thing that he had that was like specifically about him was that he had cancer from the gas. Which now that I think about that, does that mean that he's just like giving it to everyone in the match, basically? Because I mean he's using the gas on them, but no, he had it from the gas, and then he needed a spider, one of the ones from Stormpoint, to like synthesize an antidote, and then it kind of seemed like he wasn't going to get it, but then I guess either Watson or Crypto ended up having one that they got from like the mission they went on or whatever, and they left it on his doorstep. I don't think they've really done anything with Mila. I know leakers, and then kind of just like there's been like speculation that she will end up coming into the game as a legend, and some people have thought that she might be the character Big Sister, the one that attacked Rampart's business. I kind of think that Mila will end up... I don't think she's going to get added, and that her and Crypto will be, like, on good terms, or, like... I think she's going to end up, like, working against him, or, like, siding with the Syndicate or something. Or, like, end up being, like, a bad character, basically. And I guess it wouldn't be too surprising. Because, I mean, like, the first time they showed her in his backstory... She already like kind of showed herself as a very like opportunistic person, and she's willing to risk their lives on the prediction algorithm for the games. So if like she has an option to kind of like throw him under the bus or whatever and be fine with the Syndicate or whatever, I wouldn't really be surprised. I remember when like Artemis was when they were like talking about that character as like a leaked one or whatever. I don't remember the abilities or anything now, but I wouldn't be surprised if that ended up being Vantage's mom. I wonder what Vantage's mom will end up like, what her abilities will end up being. I think Vantage's mom seems like a way cooler character than Vantage. And I know like initially Vantage was going to be her mom, like when they had the concept of the character, I guess. But they decided to make her the daughter of, or they ended up having the daughter be the playable character or whatever. But I feel like it is kind of inevitable that her mom ends up joining the game, kind of like Maggie, where like she's a prisoner. I wonder what they're gonna do with Maggie, because like she doesn't really have anything to fight for anymore as far as Salvo. Because I know there was a comic not super long ago where she had actually escaped and she went, or I think she was already on Salvo, wherever she was, but she ended up going and like seeing a lot of the people that like I guess like I don't know if it was like where their main base was or whatever, like, but she went to like some city or something to like try to like meet up with her crew or whatever, and the city looked like way nicer than it did before she had left, and the people that like she was cool with or whatever were like super preppy and stuff now, and she kind of that like kind of got her to realize that like they were fine with the change of the Syndicate taking over and like running things because it was like beneficial to them. So then she ended up just going back to like turn herself back in. And then I think either in that comic or like one after that, Bloodhound had went to visit Maggie, since Bloodhound kind of said that like they're kind of like family because Bloodhound and Fuse are dating, and Maggie was Fuse's best friend. Yeah, I think Maggie is still stuck in the games. But it seems like the whole like being a Salvo freedom fighter thing is kind of like a lost cause now. Like they don't really want freedom anymore, I guess. Now they're like fine with being under Syndicate control. Which I guess, to be fair, like their planet as a whole must have already kind of wanted that, because the Syndicate didn't like take over Salvo. They had a peace treaty and Salvo joined the Syndicate. but there were still like people like her that were like rebels that didn't really want that to happen. The Syndicate's not really good. It seems like they're kind of they're definitely not good. But it does seem like the planets that join them are for the most part like taken care of or whatever. But definitely like the people that like run the games at least are definitely not good. Kind of like what would be a good example? I don't know. I can't think of like a good example, but they're like very rich, very powerful, kind of do whatever they want, but like I don't think they're like necessarily like just outright evil for nothing. More of whatever makes them money, and that they will do evil things if they have to, but. Because I mean, like, the Syndicate is what made Revenant, right? Well, I know, like, Hammond Robotics made his body, but I believe he was a Syndicate mercenary before, and they're the ones that were responsible for, like, having his consciousness put into the simulacrum body. Yeah, he was the leader of the Syndicate. Well, he wasn't originally, but he ended up becoming the like leader, or like at least like the person like running it or whatever. I believe he's dead now, unless they like pull one of those things where like they're like, oh well, he didn't actually die, or like he was brought back or something somehow. Then he's pretty dead. I thought it was kind of interesting how they ended up revealing that he was actually Octane's grandfather and not his dad, and that wasn't that like the medicine, like the stem, or maybe not the stem itself, but like some of the medicine that they make at what is the name of their building or their like company, Silva Pharmaceutical or something like that. But I guess the medicine part of it was for his son, so Octane's dad, and I think he ended up dying because they didn't make like they didn't like make a version or like a batch of it that could cure him or whatever they needed to like keep him alive. And then he kind of like resents Octane because Octane uses the stem as like more of like a play toy, and it was supposed to be like to save his son. That, and then like Octane's like not really like Eduardo, like he doesn't really like care about the company or whatever. Yeah, it would be really nice if like all the Apex lore was just in game. Yeah, I think I saw that comic, but yeah, it's like been a little while. But I think I do, or I did see that one that you're talking about. I wonder if this gun's any good. I didn't know the name of that skin was Fragger. Poor charge rifle. The charge rifle is like the seer of weapons, where like it was at one point one of the best ones, and they put it in a position where it's like it's like pretty bad, but they don't really want it to be good again. I wonder if they'll end up like ever like doing anything with it. I don't know. I feel like they probably won't revert it. And if they don't revert it, then I wonder like how do you make it? Well, I mean, I can think of like ways you could easily make it a lot better, but then it's like, how do you make it better without making it just become like the best sniper again? So of course they could make it hold more ammo, they could make it shoot faster. But then if you make it shoot too fast, then it's like, now it's gonna end up becoming the hardest hitting sniper. And the downside is supposed to be that it has like this charge up on it. Sentinel's just crazy right now though. I think that'd be like the main weapon it's competing with. Of course like there's Kraber also, but I mean that's a care package sniper. Everyone hates this gun? Yeah. Yeah, charge rifle. It's in a really weird spot right now. It's not really good anymore. But I mean, that's like what they're trying to do. I honestly never had a huge problem with the hit scan version of it. It definitely... It could be an annoying weapon. Like, I feel like I thought the hit scan one was like... I didn't think it was like the hardest weapon to get people to mess with. Which I mean, like on paper, that like if they just have perfect aim, you are just gonna die in the open because the gun has no bullet drop, it's just hit scan. But I felt like in practice, like that it was kind of easy to make it hard enough for people to miss their shots. Yeah, I always thought that was funny. That is like an anti-Titan weapon. And then it's just like a normal weapon on here. I don't know if because I know you're like you started playing more recently, but like I don't know, did you ever see how it used to work? It used to be different. Like it didn't used to shoot a big old projectile like that. It used to be it would shoot out a laser, and like it was a very small beam for like a fraction of a second, and that one would only hit for like I think like 9 damage or something while it was on them. And then it would like hit them with the full beam, and the full beam would hit for I believe 90. Oh, you have seen it? Yeah. That one was like way better than this one. That one was so good against Valks because you could just shoot them while they were flying. That was the thing that I was kind of surprised about. Which I mean, they ended up nerfing Valk, but like when people were kind of complaining about Valk, I was like, well, shouldn't they have left the charge rifle how it was? Because like it was a decent counter to her. I feel like Kraber should have kept the whole like one-shot headshot no matter what thing. Kind of like how you said with the charge rifle being a Titan weapon, like that's what the Kraber is, and or like an anti-Titan weapon or whatever. But like this one's in care package only, so I thought it was kind of like fine that it would one-shot headshot no matter what before. Which I mean, like it still hits for a whole lot. I don't know what do I have their helmet set to? I probably have their helmet set to a low amount. Like if I turn this on and they're on a purple helmet, yeah, like it can't one shot a purple body on purple helmet anymore. I believe it can one shot a purple body with a blue helmet and below. I honestly, I think that they made the helmets like give too much of a damage reduction in general. But like I know they made like a lot of changes that were trying to push the time to kills to be longer, like just across the game, by like buffing helmets and nerfing a lot of weapons on headshot damage. But I kind of like headshots to do a lot of damage.
Should I choose an upgrade, the odds would be in my favor.
Am I blind? But no, I mean like Kraber's still like a super strong weapon, but I feel like it should have kept the whole one-shot headshot no matter what thing. Yeah, I don't really like how the wingman is right now. I think right now is the weakest it's ever been. Buff Kraber. Yeah, no, wingman's like, and I mean before this season, we didn't have boosted loader, right? Like last season, I guess technically it was an even worse spot last season, right? Because it was like this, but with no boosted loader. So like you could only have 6 shots at max. I don't know how they ended up convincing people that, like the people who were, there were some people that were like hardcore wingman haters. I don't know how they convinced people that this gun was like too OP and absolutely needed to be nerfed. Like it'll kill people. Like it's not necessarily that it's like a bad weapon. It's where it really shines is like in peak fights. If like, you know, if like you have like cover and you can go in and out, and like if they're using a full auto weapon and you're hitting them like that, like you're probably gonna win the fight if you're hitting your shots. But it just seems crazy to me that like this weapon, which like and it makes a huge difference whether or not you're hitting headshots, because like it's what 5 body shots to kill with no headshots. But like I don't see how that weapon is deemed a problem. And then on the other hand, you have this. Like, I don't know. And I mean, like, yeah, L-Star's only been, well, it was really strong last season, and for some reason they buffed it this season. But so like, say even like when Wingman got nerfed, the L-Star was not meta. But I mean, if there were other LMGs that were strong, or like other, you know, like Nemesis or other assault rifles that were really strong. And I feel like the wingman just requires way more skill than those weapons. So like, I don't know. I don't know how that was like considered a weapon that really needed to get nerfed. Like I'm pretty sure using a wingman is more skillful than just being able to do that. Like just hip firing like that. And, that's crazy to me. I wish wingman would have, if they absolutely felt that like wingman needed to be nerfed as ground loot, I wish they would have just left it in the care package. Because in the care package it hit for 50 on a body shot. The skull piercer is how I always thought skull piercer should be, to where it just fully ignores headshot resistance on helmets. And it had a larger bullet projectile. Like basically the hitbox on your bullet was bigger when it was in care package. It was like easier to get shot. And I felt like they should just left it like that, where like it was a rare but like way stronger weapon compared to this ground loot one that's just like really bad. Well, bad compared to like what it was before. I think the other thing that was like kind of crazy is like, because I mean they took away being able to use extended mags, and like before it was a sniper, or before it like took sniper mags and sniper ammo, it was a heavy weapon. So like you'd use a heavy mag and you'd use, you know, heavy ammo, and depending on like how long you've played Apex, if you played, it's been quite a while now, but if you played before, the way attachments worked was like right now, if you have a light mag, or yeah, so let's say like the light mag on this, I believe the mag does not matter anymore on your reload, like at all. Like you have a slower one. They changed it to where your reload speed is affected by your stock for some reason. And because of that, the wingman used to have a faster reload depending on if you had a better mag, but the wingman cannot take a stock. So when they made that change, the wingman's reload speed got hit, and it was like the only gun that couldn't, you know, like so they hit the mag reload on like the R9, I mean the 301 when they did that, but it got moved to stock. So it's like, okay, so there still is a way to get that high, the faster reload, but wingman has no stock. So when they reworked / nerfed mags, there was no way to get the faster reload anymore. So like, unless it's a season where boosted loader is a thing, then there's that was already like a nerf that got on its reload. But it's crazy that like now you just can't use an extra mag. You have to have a boosted loader, which like the season before I believe there was no boosted loader in the game at the time, so it was just 6 bullets no matter what. But I definitely would like to see wingman get buffed or put back in care package. Disruptors are not in the game right now. Yeah, I agree, Alan. Like, I think headshots should do a lot of damage. Kind of like what you said, but like, I don't think Apex is like the easiest game to hit headshots on. I feel like they should be like more rewarding. But yeah, disruptors aren't in the game right now. Other than like the relic alternator. Yeah, I think I agree that like L-Star's probably stronger than Havoc ever was. The only thing I could think of is like maybe if you went to whatever point would have been when the Havoc hit for the most damage it could hit for on a headshot, maybe it could beat out the L-Star right now on like time to kill, because I know it used to hit like crazy hard on headshots. But I think overall I would agree and say that the L-Star is like better than Havoc, because it has, you know, just so much more ammo, which I mean like Havoc used to have 32 in the mag, which I don't know, does this one have? I think it does. Oh, it has 36. Could the old Havoc? I want to say the old Havoc on the ground, it could have up to 32. Maybe it was 36, but I feel like it was 32. I want to say it was 32. Maybe that's just care package got a better mag. But I mean, Havoc had like a really big mag compared to the other ARs. Like now this one can do 31, but for the longest the 301 could not. It went to what, like 28 shots or something, until about what, like 2 seasons ago,
I should select an upgrade.
or was it 1 season ago? But yeah, no, like, so I mean like the L-Star though, it has like, it shoots so many shots off, it doesn't have to reload. And then the thing that I think is like really huge with it now is like, on top of it having all these things that like make it such a great gun, you can have the gun shield that gives you extra health. So like it's just crazy right now. Like even if this wasn't a thing, it would still be probably the best gun in the game. Like just having this where like you just have extra shield, it's kind of crazy, because it's like I think that's why I feel like there's no point in running. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just gotta run whatever, but like I feel like if you have the option, I don't think I want to take a 301 or like any other gun that's like competing with an L-Star, just because it's like it hits so hard. It has so much ammo, and then it has this. You just have extra health for having that gun if you have the attachment. And I think if L-Star, which I'm sure it's gonna get nerfed, I would be very surprised if it doesn't. But to be fair, I thought it was gonna get nerfed last season, and they buffed it. But I think like even if it gets nerfed, I don't think it's gonna matter a huge amount, because I think this is just gonna become the next meta. Like I think the Spitfire is really good right now, because I thought the Spitfire was good last season, and then they buffed the damage on the Spitfire also, and then it has the gun shield as well, and there's a huge mag. Yeah, L-Star's recoil wasn't even too bad. It was funny because for the longest, the L-Star had like a pretty ugly recoil pattern if you were to just like full auto it. But it was kind of funny because like the trick was and you can see it in like a lot of my older arena clips, because around then that's when it worked like this. But like the trick with the L-Star was like if you shot it like that and then you full autoed, it would have no recoil at all for some reason. Like you just had to get past the first couple of shots, and then it, like you would like shoot like 2 or 3, and then you would hold down the trigger and it would have no recoil pretty much. And like that was just like the I guess like the counter to recoil on L-Star. It was weird. Like a lot of people, like if they didn't know that you could do that, they hated the L-Star's like recoil or whatever. But like if you had people that like knew how to use it, they would just shoot a couple shots and then they would like let go for a second and then hold down, and then it would basically have no recoil. But I think now it's like it's in a spot where like you don't have to do that trick, and it doesn't have too hard a recoil to use. And plus now the way that like the fireworks and LMGs, you can just hip fire the gun. I was like, why did it overheat so fast? Oh yeah, I don't have a mag. Yeah, I'm still kind of surprised about how they reworked the hip fire on LMGs, because like before they used to work like other guns where like a 301 or like most guns in the game you shoot and like the recoil gets worse. But like they reworked it where like the longer you shoot the better it gets on hip fire, which I think is really weird, because in season 8 the Spitfire got a buff by like 1 damage, and it was kind of meta a little, and like people were saying that it was like way too OP. I thought it was kind of like a little over exaggerated. I thought it was a good gun for sure, but like I don't think it was nothing like the L-Star is now, or even like the Spitfire is now. But one of the big complaints was that it had a huge mag and that the hip fire was too good, and that's with it working like how all the other, or how most guns work now, where like the longer you shoot the worse it gets. So it's kind of funny that like now the it was nerfed back then, and same with like L-Star and I think even Rampage at one point maybe, because people complained about like hip fire or whatever. But like now it's to where the longer you shoot the better it gets. But like not so long ago that like the hip fire was just worse, and people said that it needed to be nerfed, and the devs agreed that it needed to be nerfed. So it's just weird to me that like now like it gets better as you shoot compared to like before it would get worse, and somehow that was it was already considered a problem then.
If I wish to be richer, I should select an upgrade.
Yeah, the 45 would just destroy you if you have a hammer point on it. One of the guys that I'll play with sometimes, he ran the 45 in arena a lot when it first got hammer point, and like even still he runs it a lot. I didn't like the RE45 in arena because I had like a really hard, and I still kind of do sometimes, like if I'm using it without hammer points, I feel like it's fine or whatever, but like when I'm using it with hammer points, I have a way harder time seeing where my shots are going. With that being said, it's still like it's so good that for a while, like when we were still back in the SMG meta, I was running it. I think it was worse for me, like, with Disruptor rounds than it is with Hammer Point. Like, Disruptor rounds, I really have a hard time seeing. But yeah, it's like really strong. I was running this when we were in the SMG meta. And yeah, and Nemesis is, I think, yeah, Nemesis is probably like second best gun in the game. I feel like I could see people arguing that it's in some situations better than the L-Star, and I don't know, maybe the time to kill may be better if it's spins up. It may be able to kill you faster than an L-Star. But I think like the thing is though with the L-Star is kind of like they're both really good guns as far as like decent mags, which I mean L-Star wins on that, and like really good damage on both of them. But the L-Star has the gun shield, so it's gonna have the extra health. So I feel like it kind of just will beat the Nemesis out on that. But I know for sure, like Nemesis, when it spins up, it's probably like one of the quickest times to kill in the game. Well, if you hit your shots. I also think like one thing that the L-Star has over the Nemesis is definitely hip fire. The hip fire on Nemesis is not really that great. You have to be pretty close. I think it's like, and it's one of those guns where like I feel like it's just like it's inconsistent on its fire. If you get lucky, it can still just, you know, shred someone. But I think like Hellstar's hip fire is just like way more consistent. Probably like the most consistent hip fire in the game.
If I wish to be Ricker, I should select an upgrade.
You can use mags on it still? You're saying the L-Star? Yeah. I just didn't have one on it earlier when it overheated. If you're talking about L-Star. I miss when the Hemlock had like, which they buffed it to fire again compared to what it was at one point. The Hemlock used to have like one of the best fires in the game. And then like same with the Flatline. I don't know why like Flatline. I think Flatline got like over nerfed. I think Flatline tip fire used to be more like kind of like what the Alternator is now with the laser. I mean, like they both have the same like shape. It's just yeah, that's probably about more like the Flatline was at one point. And honestly, might have been even better than this. But it definitely was like way more close to this than what it is now. It's still like probably better than the 301, which is not quite as consistent as it was at one point. But I would say like at one point like the Flatline and the Hemlock were probably like your best fire weapons. Which, I guess to be fair, like the Alternator 2 had really good hip fire, but like Alternator just the only time Alternator has ever really been meta was like when it had the Disruptor rounds. Other than that, like it was always competing with R9 and R9. Well, and then there was also like Volt, but like R9 just was always such a good SMG until more recently. Well, I mean it's good in care package right now. It's just until more recently as ground loot it hasn't been as good. Yeah, I feel like the P2020s would have replaced the Mozems had we not gotten this bubble meta. I think that's the only thing that kept that from happening. I think like say if we stop seeing the whole like support, you know, Newcastle Lifeline thing, then I would not be surprised if this ends up being a triple run as their secondary. Because like they're really strong, it's just when you're fighting in a bubble, like there's a bubble here and I pop out to go shoot him and he just hits me for like, you know, the 80, 90, 100 something. And then he pops back, you know, like he goes back in his bubble. It's like every time we pop out and like go to shoot at each other, if he's landing the massive shots, then he's gonna end up winning. I remember when they first added them, before they buffed the hipfire, these things were so annoying to use. Like, just because of how like inconsistent the hipfire was. Like, the nice thing with the P2020s, they're handguns, so you can aim and you keep that strafe speed. So like, theoretically, they you pretty much always want to aim them, really. Like, you're moving just as fast shooting them like that as you are aiming them, which is not the case for the majority of the weapons in the game. It's like they're the opposite of Eva, where like Eva gets no benefit off of aiming and the recoil doesn't change, but like with these, or like the shot pattern doesn't change, but like with these, you keep that tipfire mobility and then it tightens the spread of the shot. But yeah, I think like if the meta ends up changing up to where SMGs are like more viable, then we'll probably see like more people running P2020s. They may also just go back to Mosems too, though. Cause like I don't think Mosems are like necessarily bad. I think they're not what they were when they first came out with the Kimbo. But I think they're still pretty strong. It's just like this whole shotgun meta, to where like you kind of are forced to run the Mastiff is what's keeping people from running them as much. I do hope that they end up adding this into the base game, even if it is nerfed down. Oh, they're slow to pull out?
Without an upgrade, I will be at a disadvantage.
I honestly don't notice a huge difference off of having a stock and not having one when I swap to them. Or I guess, yeah, I can kind of see it, but it's not. I feel like it's not as noticeable as like maybe some of the other guns.
Without an upgrade, I will be at a disadvantage.
I know, like Mastiff, it's kind of rough when like if you have like an L star and you're running Mastiff and you just don't have a stock on either of them, like the draw time is like super noticeable. And usually, you know, if you're like swapping to Mastiff, it's because you need it quickly because you're trying to fight someone up close. So like it's like I feel like it makes a very big difference having a stock.
Heavy ammo here.
Oh yeah, I know like the Rampage is another gun with like a crazy time to kill.
If I wish to be Reaker, I should
At least when it's
select
spent
an
up.
upgrade.
Even not spent up, it hits hard. But like if you have it revved up, it's pretty crazy. I think the thing with the Rampage is like it is one of those guns that it's like how a lot of guns used to be, where like a lot of the guns they made a way bigger difference if you're hitting headshots or not. And I think Rampage is like one of the few guns that's still like that, where like it just hits like really hard off of a headshot. It's hitting for 36. And a body shot is what, like, is it 24? Oh, 26?
I've yet to talk on an upgrade.
There was a little while where Rampage was more, kind of like more of a meta weapon. I know in arenas it was like super meta, but even in BR, they had a little bit where like it's kind of meta.
I've yet to talk on upgrade.
Yeah, I honestly think the quickest time to kill, like off of like normal weapons, I want to say it might be between a revved up Rampage and a Nemesis. Like if you're just hitting all headshots, because like you would never like normally hit only headshots. But I know when you see like the cheaters, a lot of times they will run a like basically like a Rampage that's just like permanently revved up, and of course they'll have like aimbot, so like all headshots are gonna hit headshots. And from what I remember, they were saying that's because it has the quickest time to kill.
Should I choose an upgrade, the odds would be in my favor.
No, I did not know that. I knew like you could use it on the normal doors, but I never I don't think I've ever used it on the Catalyst door. Like I wasn't really sure how many shots. I don't remember. Does bang smoke still damage doors? Because I know you used to be able to use bang smoke to damage them. But I don't know if they took that out when they took off the 10 damage that bang smoke could do. I'm still really surprised that they gave Catalyst the perk to rebuild
That was
doors.
a nice communion with the earth.
This one? Because I feel like Catalyst is just like crazy strong on defense, which I get, like, you know, like that's Catalyst's job. But like Catalyst is just like really, really, really hard to like get the Catalyst team out of the building or like go into their building without dying trying to do it. So I was really surprised that, like, because like I mean, before it was like, well, at least you can eventually break down the door, and like now the door can be rebuilt, but it won't be where like the Catalyst team can play off of it. They can't like open the door and shoot at you and you can't open it. But you know, they could at least like wall it off or whatever. But like now that's not even a thing, just since they get to rebuild the door. I think this perk is like really, really strong. This is probably like one of the like most legend changing perks, I think, to me. Like I think like Catalyst with this perk is like just so much stronger than if you just don't have that perk. But I mean, I think like even without the perk, I think Catalyst is like really strong. I had a game maybe close to a week ago now. It was a day when it was Storm Point, and I didn't end up getting on. But I played a couple matches like off stream, which I usually don't. But I only played like a couple, and I played a match and like it was I was on Catalyst, and it was a game where our teammate was like being dumb or whatever. He ran off. Oh, he was a crypto. He just like was not playing with us, and he was like driving around in a Trident, and he ended up dying. Kind of late in the game. I don't know why, but we locked down a door because the teammate's like, well, we have Catalyst, we can just play the only building that's in zone. Like, I don't, neither one of us understood why the crypto didn't want to play with us when we had Catalyst. There's like only one building left in zone. But anyway, I locked down our building, we're playing it, and there was a pred team that's like, they're 3-man, and they had like a pretty strong comp. I think they had like, what, like Lifeline. What was their team? Like Lifeline, Horizon, and someone else. But they kind of like they maybe it was like Pathfinder. I don't know, but because they ended up getting on top of our building, and they realized that we were only a 2-man, and at first they kind of wanted to mess with us and like try to get in, and then like they realized just how hard it was trying to like kick down the doors, and like they're getting shot at, and I believe my teammate was a conduit and like put her ult down in the building, and you know I'm laying like the spike strips down, and then they have to worry about the other team shooting at them, so they're just like, fuck it. And they ended up, I want to say their other teammate was a Pathfinder, because I want to say they ended up zipping on the other team with the energize zip, but I know they ended up just, they like the zone was like to where our building is like here, and the other team was like on high ground, like off maybe like that far or something. And they just left us. They're like, it's like they just didn't care, because like it's just not worth it. Like it's so hard to take a building from Catalyst, and that's like with us just being a 2-man. I think like Catalyst is like really, really, really hard to actually get out of a building or to like beat the Catalyst team. Catalyst kind of reminds me of how Caustic used to be, where like if Caustic was set up in his building, you probably aren't going to get him out, and if you do, it's probably not worth it, because it's probably going to be a really long fight and a hard fight, and you have to worry about like getting thirded or shot by the other teams while you're like trying to kick the doors down and not sit in the gas and stuff like that. So it was like a late game Caustic was like pretty much almost, you just let him do his thing. It's like it's his building, and I think that's how Catalyst is right now. I think like Caustic still, if it's like a late game, I mean, it still could be hard to get in against Caustic, just because of like, you gotta kick the doors down and you have the gas and they're gonna shoot at you and other teams will shoot at you. But I think it's like much more doable than it used to be on Caustic, and than it is on a Catalyst. I'm really surprised. I don't really get why people don't play Catalyst too much. I would play more Catalyst if like I had teammates that played off the fact that we have Catalyst. But like I'll play Catalyst and we'll get teammates that want to just like play super aggressive, and like I'm just not really getting much out of playing Catalyst.
Feeling the need for an upgrade.
I feel like Watson's the easiest legend out of the defensive legends to see or like siege against, because like I think the only thing that like Watson's been lacking that the other defensive legends have is that she has no way to stop you from like she can't block doors aside from her pylon. I think that alone is what like has
Choose an upgrade.
made Watson like easier to get in against. That, and then like it's kind of funny because like on top of her, like her not really being able to block them other than her pylon when she could drop on like one door, she actually is the legend that's like easiest to deal with doors against, just because you can open it and then her fence will destroy it for you. I don't know why that's a thing, to be honest. Like I don't know, could they, I'm assuming they do it because maybe if they didn't destroy the doors, then they could open the door and then the game would like just disable the fence. But I don't know, I mean like I'm sure it could be coded to where like the fence would stay active with the door going through it without having to destroy the door. Or like I don't know, I think if they did that, that would make Watson a lot better. Because like it kind of sucks, like you can fence up in your house and then they open the door and like your door gets destroyed immediately, and then now it's like
Feeling the need for an upgrade.
that's just a spot that they can shoot you through. You can't really like give the door line of sight. Like her pylon's way better than what it used to be, but I don't know. I think that change alone, like just making it where like fences don't destroy doors, would probably be a pretty nice one for her. Yeah, that was like season 2 Watson, right? And then I know more recently when they added the perk system, there was they had made it to where you could get 2 pylons again. But I think a lot of people were going with the other option, the one to have like a better pylon.
I feel recharged.
Because I think like at first I was actually going with the one to have 2 of them. Because you could have 2 of them, and then it made it to where you would hit ultimate accelerants like basically like instantly, right? And I remember like I was doing the one that would let me have multiple, but a lot of people were going with the other option, which I think now, because like, they ended up buffing this one, or no, is it this one? Yeah, this one. They ended up buffing it, so like I feel like now it's like definitely the better pick. Because I believe when they like reworked these ones, at first this one was going to keep the being able to have multiple pylons, but they decided not to do it. I don't know why. It probably would have been fine. It's like this one's not bad, because I mean like your ult will just always be able to give shield, but this one's just like so much stronger, just because it can have 2 times the amount of charge, and then it heals you so much faster. Like maybe if it didn't have the extra charge, then there would be more of a reason to go with the other option. But I feel like with them making it to where it has extra charge, it's kind of like just not really super worth going with this one. So this one's good like whether you're in a building or if you're out of a building. So we're like, I mean, it's called like, you know, emergency power, which is like fitting, because like this is like a good emergency one where like if you're outside of a building and like you just need team heals and you need to like make sure you can't get naded, you just drop this one down, and then it has, or actually no, this is the one that can take more damage, right? Yeah, this is the one that can take more damage. So this one still can be destroyed by like what, I think 150 damage to it or something. Or did they increase the base amount that it takes?
No more resistance.
But either way, this one can get destroyed easier than that one. But I mean, it's kind of hard to destroy it when like they're shooting at you and they're getting healed really fast. I don't know. Maybe they should have like left this one to where it could have two pylons. So then maybe there'd be like something to pick that one.
Fence in position.
I don't know. I feel like I think Watson's fences, when they hit you, are in a much better state now, as far as like they hit you for more damage than they used to, and the stun from them is like way more significant. Like the stun from Watson fence can get you killed very easily. I think like it's not the damage so much that's a threat, it's the fact that like if you take that, you're pretty much guaranteed to die, because it's what is it? It's like a 2 or a 3 second stun or something. I think the thing is though, it's just like in a lot of buildings you're not really forced to take this stun. I think if she's got a spot where like you have to go through a zip line or something to get where they're at, and like you have to there's like no spot where you have an angle on the fences, then I think she's like really strong. Like the fences are like a huge deterrent. But I think like when it comes to like actually like locking the inside of the building, it's kind of like,
Let's go here. Allons-y. Just now. No more storms. Without an upgrade, I'm at a disadvantage.
I really don't like that. Well, I don't know. Like, I was playing Newcastle around when they changed him. But even then, I thought it was still kind of a weird decision to make. The decision to make it to where the wall has the whole, like, interceptor part of the pylon, basically. Like, you can't nade it. I honestly think that that was probably the most significant change that Newcastle got, because it got rid of like the biggest counterplay to him, which was nades or legends like, you know, like Maggie, or like being able to throw like a caustic alt on them, or going for like bang alt, Gibby alt. Like nades alone, you know, used to be like a very huge counter to Newcastle, and them making it towards like that kind of got rid of that. And then it's kind of weird because like how it is right now, it gets unenergized, but now the time that it takes for 2 to do that, I believe like he's getting his ult back up right as it's de-energizing pretty much. And it's kind of funny because like they have a perk to make it stay energized longer and increase the wall HP, but like you don't really need the energized duration for the most part. Like the extra wall health I could see like being good in certain spots, but it's energized pretty long now. And then the thing is like you get a new wall by the time, or like right around as it's coming off of being energized. Like this is with me not having a gold helmet. Yeah, that perk right there where you get the heal for him and his teammates when he slams it if they're nearby. That one's pretty strong. I think that's just like the go-to option. The only time I would see people go with the other one, or like where I would like get it, is like maybe in comp where you that extra shield health might be a little necessary. See, like I have a wall back and now it just de-energized, so it's like, even if it comes off of being energized and it's like, oh, now we can get nade spam, no, okay, I just set another wall down. It doesn't matter. I feel like between that and, like you said, the other one giving you shield, it's like you're pretty much just gonna always want to go with that one that gives you heals.
Stash a part of my wall for rainy day.
I wonder how long until they nerf the cooldown on Gibby's bubble. I still can't believe that it went from like I don't know, like 45 seconds down to, what is it? Is it like 15 or something base now?
Shield up.
Maybe a little more. Is it 20? I don't know. Because I want to say, if you get the smaller bubble, doesn't it drop it down to like 12 or something? Or is that with Gold Helm? So what was it, 15 or was it 16? And then if I get the other one...
Upgraded and feeling fine. Shield up.
Actually, I feel like I see Gibbies go with the big, but well, it doesn't make the bubble bigger, but it makes it last for 4 seconds longer. But I feel like I see more people do that one. Yeah, this one, it goes down to 12. But I see them go with that one, I think, more than I do the small bubble.
They'll never shoot through these.
I pretty much always go with the small bubble, just because then it makes your cooldown reduced. It's kind of nice, like, pretty much just always having it whenever you need it. And with Gold Helm, it's 10 seconds. It's not like a huge difference with Gold Helm. It goes from 12 to 10. But I mean, that's kind of crazy. Like, just there's only 10 seconds in the match where you don't have your bubble. Kind of just the stuff I was saying earlier, as far as like maybe making it to where you can shoot, and then I think it sounds like it seems like it'd be nice if like maybe she could nade through the portal, and then maybe making it to where when you come out of the portal you like lose the whole like the phase part of it sooner, so you can like shoot quicker after coming out of it. And then I think if like enemies take your portal, or whether it's your what's the name of it? Is it like the relay thing?
Yes, that's what friends
If they take the void nexus, then I feel like that, or if they're like coming through this, that enemies should not get the like red highlight on you. That way it's like more disorienting if they decide to follow through. I think she would benefit for sure if she was like swapped over to Assault over Skirmisher, unless the Skirmisher rework / buff ends up being really strong. But I feel like that'd be like one simple way to, you know, give her some decent buffs, because then she'd be able to get better attachments for her in the team and have a bigger inventory when it comes to ammo. As far as like her perks, I think that's another way that they could buff her. Like, I think this could just be base kit. This definitely should be base kit, because when this came out, we didn't have the health bars, right? Yeah, no, we didn't have them. But then they ended up adding those like as a base thing in the game, so it's like this kind of doesn't. It doesn't have as much value as it did before. I feel like this could just be base kit, and then if they really want to buffer, I mean, maybe do like both of these, or like these two, this one, and then the one down here, maybe. I mean, if they really want to buffer, they could just give all three of these base kit and then give her some new perks that are better. But I feel like this one for sure, and then I think either one of these could become base kit. I would not be against them making all three of these base kit, to be honest. I think this one's pretty nice. Like 10 seconds is a pretty significant number.
Need to select an upgrade.
And I think like, you know, like her, you don't really like have your all game, but like you have your tactical way more often. So I think like if that's like her main thing, pushing it to where it's like she should just almost always have the option to like, you know, be annoying, like coming from weird angles in and out of buildings or whatever. I think that you know, like maybe it should be reduced base kit. But I think like giving these, whether it's all of them or some of them base kit, and then giving her the option for like new perks that are better, that's one way they could buff her. And then maybe give her 2 charges on her tactical. Just make her like really good of like like getting in and out of fights, and like being very annoying in the fight to, you know, to like play against. And then the other thing, as far as her passive goes, I think you should be able to grab shield swaps out of it, maybe. I mean, they could make it like less restricted. They could let you like fully loot out of a death box rather than grab one item. That would be a pretty big buff to it. Like I don't think it's a bad passive, but it's not like the hugest one. Yeah, I think the ult itself is like pretty fine for the most part. I think the biggest problem with the ult is just that teammates don't use it, which that's, you know, that's like that's a skill issue. I think the only things I could think like with the ult that I'd really want changed are like maybe don't allow teams to follow you after you've used it, because I believe right now it's like they made it where you use it quicker, and I believe like 8 seconds after you use it, the portal open where they can follow through. I want to say it's 8, but like if they got rid of this, I mean that would be something they could do. That way you like don't have to worry about getting followed. Then like that one where I was saying about the perk that makes it where like it'll stay active as long as it's not dead. That could be a buff that it could get, which is I don't think that'd be like, I don't think that makes like a very huge difference either way. And the only other thing I could think of with the ult would be like when you're knocked, you can just hit down on the D-pad to use it without you don't have to like actually like look at it and use it. If they made that just a feature, where you could just do that whenever like just anytime, you don't have to be knocked to do it like that. That could be nice. But I think like the ults, for the most part, I think it's like fine. I think it's an ult where like it's kind of weird. It's like Revenant old ult. I mean, it's like that's basically what it is. Just without the whole like shadow health part of it. It's basically the exact same thing. But I think the thing about it has like the same issues as Revenant's ult, where like using it could not always be the greatest thing, as far as like maybe we have a really good spot up here on high ground and there's a team down in this building, and like we set the ult up there and we go down to push them, we get a knock and like maybe thirst them, or the fight's not going the greatest or something, and we decide we want to go back. We go back to our ult, and now there's a team sitting up there where our ult was, and they just kill us. I remember that would happen a lot with Revenant's Totem, where like it was kind of a like full-sided thing, where like you could end up screwing yourself over because you like give up your spot or whatever while you're using it. But I don't know. I feel like the way to get around that is like, before, like it was the same thing I'd recommend with like old Revenant, where like it was good to have like a caustic or something. Well, I mean, caustic was just good in general, but like it was nice to have a caustic with Revenant, because then you could lock up your building with caustic gas, and then you know, like chances are no one's gonna want to go in there, and if they do go in there, you know they're trying to get into your totem. And then it does suffer from the same weaknesses also, over like the team could instead shoot our ult and destroy it, and then now we're stuck down wherever we're pushing, which is like the same thing Revenant Totem had. It's not quite like Revenant Totem, where like they can't use it and then follow us as shadows. Although I feel like for the most part you'd be much better off like waiting at it than you would be destroying it. And destroying it basically just makes it where like either the team that's using it is going to kill the team that they're fighting, or they're going to lose to the team that they're fighting and they can't get out. I think it's better like to put yourself in a position where either they win that fight down there, or they do have to relay and now they come back to us. So I don't think it's worth destroying for the most part.
Got an upgrade to select.
But yeah, no, I think she's kind of like Revenant, where like the way her ult can like really shine is by having a good defensive legend with it, and having like a good building or something that you can lock up to protect it, to make sure that it actually is like a safe spot to go back to. But yeah, I like Alter a lot. She's just not really the strongest legend. I would end up making her like more viable than like ranked.
I should pick an upgrade.
I think it's what, like an hour and 30 minutes until Squid Games is supposed to come out. I'll probably get off and like get something to eat. I don't know if I'll be back on tonight. Well, like technically we're in the next day, but not like tonight. But I mean like if I get off this morning, I guess I probably won't be back on. But tonight for sure. I kind of feel like when I go live tonight, I might play some Dead by Daylight. So I don't know if I'll go live on Twitch or if I'll go live on YouTube. If I go live on Twitch, it's probably gonna be like mostly Dead by Daylight. But if I go live on YouTube, it'll be probably like Apex and maybe some Dead by Daylight. Who knows? Maybe I'll play like one game of Dead by Daylight and be like, yeah, this game kind of sucks. I'm going back to Apex. That's very possible. I wonder what all these changes are that they're saying that they're going to make when the Final Fantasy event happens. I'm hoping we get like a bunch of good weapon balance changes and like legend balance changes, and I know that there were rumors of ranked getting some changes as far as like maybe like kind of like stuff that they wanted to make like the solo queue experience better. I don't know how they'll do that, if they'll just go like the simple route of making it where like maybe what is it, your like entry fee is like minus, is it 65 at Diamond? I think I should be able to see, right? Just like I don't know, I think I'm blind. I want to say it's 65 or something like that, but whatever, like 65, whatever it is. I don't know if they'll just take like the easy route and make it where like the entry fee is maybe 55 or 45 if you're solo, and then if you're like 3 stacking, then it's the full amount. That could be a change. I don't know. I mean that'd make like solo queue like better as far as like if you're like bad starts or whatever, you don't get punished as hard. I know like another thing that people have kind of asked for a long time is like having a queue for whether or not you're stacking. I don't know if they would do that, Because then I think it'd make queue times long, and I don't think they want to make it go back to having a long queue time. And I don't know. Like, it'd be an interesting change, but whatever they do, like, hopefully it ends up being something good. Oh, it's flooded with cheaters already? Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, that's like the biggest upside to being on console, at least on console Apex, so we don't have to deal with like hackers or cheaters. We do have the problem of like there's like Cronus and Zen or Zim, and there's like Strike Pack, but I mean that's like the weakest of the like cheats or whatever that you can use. But I mean at least it's not like actual like hacks. Then there was like teamers, but I'm so glad that like this season has not had teamers like that, and I really hope they like stay on that, and that they don't do like they've done in previous seasons where like they'll ban them and then they'll like go like 5 or 6 seasons where they just don't really care about it again. I feel like they could go either way, where like they could make it super chill, or they could make it stricter to where then your teammates, theoretically, if it's working correctly, if the skill-based matchmaking is like strict, then like your teammates should be good or like on the same level as you. I was actually watching something earlier that was talking about, and I remember hearing about that when I was like newer to Apex. I wasn't aware whether or not it was still a thing, and I guess it is. But I heard that like Apex doesn't necessarily have skill-based matchmaking. Well, they like group you. They try to keep you away from like the new players. But I remember this being a thing a long time ago. But like they have like a patent on a form of matchmaking that makes it to where, what's the name of it? Because I think I have the name, or actually like have part of their patent pulled up somewhere. Yeah, here it is. They call it engagement optimization matchmaking, or engagement optimized matchmaking, and it makes it to where, say you play 20 or 30 games, your 1 to 29 games will be players that are like around your level or like harder matches, and then they'll give you one game where you'll go against like newer players. That way you get an easy match to keep you like, it's basically to keep you in a loop of wanting to play, where it's like, oh, I had one really good game or like 2 really good games, because they like put me in against people that are like considered like lower skill, but then they'll throw you back into like the harder matches. That way you're not, you know, constantly like fighting the easier matches. So it's like you'll be like, oh, but dang, that those 1 or 2 games are like really good. Hopefully I should just keep re-queuing, and then, you know, maybe we'll get another game like that. And it's supposed to be like set on a certain amount of matches before it will do it again. But I could post the video where I saw where someone was talking about that again, and they actually like had pulled it up, and I guess that's actually a patented matchmaking that only EA has. But I think I can post the link to the video in the chat. But yeah, I think that like it's a pretty kind of messed up form of matchmaking. That whole video was kind of crazy. Oh yeah, I just saw what you said in chat. Yeah, what you're saying is like, is exactly what it is, and it's like intentionally made like that. It's I think that was kind of part of the reason why when I was like newer to Apex, that kind of turned me off of like from pubs, because I believe rank doesn't quite use that exact matchmaking. But I was like, I kind of didn't like that like it's a set system to where they're just trying to make it to where like you'll get like an easy game every so often to keep you playing, but like it's not a true skill-based matchmaking or a true like connection-based matchmaking to where you just can get whoever. I feel like in most games, I feel like there should not be any form of skill-based matchmaking in pubs. That it should just be like connection based, and then and I know like there's some people that like have the argument of like, oh well, it's not fair to like newer or not as good players, but I feel like it is kind of fair because it's like everyone has the the potential to like be however good, and it's like there will just always be people that are like really good at things or whatever, and that's not something bad. But I think that in pubs I think that it should be like that, but I think that like I'm very competitive. Like I don't think it's fun to just beat up on like newer players or like baby players. So I feel like pubs should be like that, but at the same time I think rank should be the opposite. Like rank should be more competitive, but like I think it's fine for like pubs to be like that. But I don't know. Yeah, like basically, I feel like rank should be like the mode where you should keep your lobbies full of like players that are on equal level, rather than like the game trying to like artificially pair you with people that are gonna make it to where like you're just kind of like not supposed to consistently get games or you're like popping off or whatever. Oh, okay. So you did see the video. Yeah, that was his Watson's video. I thought it was funny because like I never really watched him a whole lot until more recently, like the last maybe like 3 months. And like, dang, he's quitting Apex now when I finally started watching him. I didn't watch him because like he always kind of seemed like a dick before, but I feel like I should have known better than like, because I've had like similar situations with DBD where like I've seen only like stuff like taken out of context that will make certain streamers or YouTubers kind of like seem like they're a dick or whatever, and that's not always the case. Like like the clips or whatever can be like taken out of context. I think I've heard of that name. I think as far as like Apex streamers, I've never really watched any like super consistently, other than one of my friends that streamed Dead by Daylight and then started streaming some Apex, or like a decent amount of Apex. But other than that, like I've never really like watched a lot of the streamers. It's only been like more recently that I was watching a little more Hal, which like with him I wasn't really ever like catching his streams. It was more like seeing like videos of like comp, or sometimes I could catch like comp, but other than that, like I wasn't really catching like his like, you know, daily or whatever streams. And then with his Watson, like pretty much both of them, I started watching them a little more like in the last 3 months. I used to like watching some of Shiv because he was like kind of funny, and then he was a Bang main when like no one was really playing Bang. But like even with him, like it was like more like just seeing like clips and stuff. Like I never really like consistently watched Apex streamers. Oh, he's one of those. Yeah, there's like 2 Dead by Daylight streamers like that, where they'll disappear for like a year or more and like come back and drop a video or a couple streams, and then you won't see them for like another year or 2. I think like one of the more like or like most famous ones just recently came back and dropped the video out of nowhere, and then like before that I think it's been like 2 years maybe since he posted anything. I want to get this Eva now. I was looking at it earlier. It's nice, it's just Mastiff meta. But I mean, it is a nice Eva. I've only barely seen it like maybe like once in game. How much are these bundles? That's pretty cool. Like I mean, I'm assuming it's like a decent, if it is a decent discount, then that's kind of cool that like people can just get them all at once. Although to be fair, I guess you could unlock them with legend tokens. Yeah, I've seen some YouTube ads on that game. I was gonna say I'm surprised I haven't seen more people running around as the Netsy Watson, but I guess it is all the way up at level 40. But yeah, I'm gonna I'll see Eva, but I feel like a lot of times when I see Eva, it's like I think it's like people that have my luck with Mastiff, or they don't see it, or like they don't get it. Cause like I feel like a lot of times when we fought teams that will have like an Eva or 2, if we have a Mastiff and like I'm spectating them after they kill us, they end up taking the Mastiff. But I mean, I've seen some people run it. I don't think Eva's necessarily bad. It's just the Mastiff is it just performs better in bubble fights, and that's like the meta right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off and get something to eat, and then I will be live like later on tonight probably, but I'm not sure if it'll be on Twitch or YouTube yet.